Hello everyone, our project is Smart Systems for Occupancy and Building Energy Control version 2. Our team members are Diana Leante Bonet and Irvin Cardenas. Our mentors are Ali Mustafavi and Leonardo Bobadilla. This video will serve as a user manual to use the application. The application contains many features. The general user features applies to all users of the application. The additional features are for facility managers only. To log into the application, a registered user is required to enter the username and password and click the login button to log into the application. If the user is not registered, the user can click on the Create Account button at the bottom of the screen to register his account. After the user logs in, he will see his main screen, which displays all the zones the user has added to his or her account previously. To create an account, the user will have clicked on the Create Account button on the login screen, and then the user will enter his first name, his last name, an email address, a password, and repeat the password. Then the user can click the Submit button to become a registered user. To log out, the user can open the pop-up menu in the action bar and click on the Logout button. To add a zone, the user will click on the house icon from the main screen, and a list of zones will be displayed. Then the user can select the Add button next to the zone that he wishes to add to his account. To edit a zone, the user will click the house icon from the main screen and will see a list of zones. Then the user will select the pencil next to the zone that he wants to edit. Once this is selected, the user can edit the zone information such as the location or the number of windows and save the information. The user can select a zone from his main screen to view the zone data and the energy performance of the zone. The main screen also displays the zone rewards for the users. Rewards such as turning off the lights before leaving the room, and also for little consumption of energy in appliances. Once the user selects a zone, the user can see the zone description, which shows information of plug load and lighting. The user can also see the temperature, the occupancy, the plug load, the lighting data, and select to predict air conditioning or predict consumption of appliances. From the zone description, the user can select to view the temperature of the zone and see a graphic representation of the temperature of his zone. From the zone description, the user can select to view the occupancy of the zone and see a graphical representation of the occupancy of the zone and the average occupancy per day. After selecting a zone, the user can select to view the plug load information of the zone and see a list of appliances and a graphic representation of the appliance energy consumption per zone and the appliance's average consumption of the building. After selecting a zone, the user can select to view the lighting information of the zone and see a graphic representation of the lighting energy performance of the zone and the lighting performance of the building, as well as see the average time the light is on in a day in his zone. After selecting a zone, the user can make a prediction of air conditioning by entering his or her temperature set point and clicking the Predict button. The user can see different animation GIFs in the bottom of the screen in order to learn how to save energy in a simple way. After selecting a zone, the user can make a prediction of consumption of appliances by completing the information in the expandable list and then clicking the monthly consumption and monthly cost to view the predictions. After selecting a zone, the user can add an appliance to a zone by clicking the Add Appliance icon on the upper right corner of the action bar. The user will then see a list of all the appliances in the zone and can click on the Add button to add an appliance, where he can enter the information of the appliance, such as the appliance name, appliance type, the status, and the energy usage in kilowatts. From the main screen, the user can click on Save Energy to view the wasteful regions. The user can then select to turn off light in a region with no occupants, turn off appliance, or notify users of a wasteful region. After viewing the wasteful regions, the user can select the light bulb icon to turn off the light in a region with no occupants. After the user clicks on the Turned Off Light button, the user will earn rewards and be redirected to the main screen. After clicking on the Save Energy button from the main screen, the user can select the plug load icon to turn an appliance off in a region. The user can earn reward points by turning off the appliance and selecting the Turn Off Appliance button. After clicking on Save Energy from the main screen, the user can select the email icon to notify users of the wasteful region. The user will see the list of emails related to the region, and the user can notify the users through email by clicking on the Send Notification button. From the main screen, the general user can click on My Rewards button to view his or her reward points. From the main screen, the user can click on My Reports to view his or her personalized reports. The user can then see the statistics for his zones and obtain a graph view of his zone's energy consumption by plug load. From the main screen, the user can click on My Reports to view his or her personalized reports. The user can then select the My Ranking to view his ranking by reward points and obtain a graph view of all users' reward points. From the main screen, the user can click on My Reports to view his or her personalized reports and click on the Suggestion tabs to see the personalized suggestions and get an itemized list of his zones that are above the average energy consumption. The following additional features are for Facility Manager users only. From the main screen, for a logged-in Facility Manager, the user can click on Create Zone button. The Facility Manager can then create a zone by entering the zone name, zone location, and the number of windows of the zone and selecting the Create Zone button. From the main screen, the Facility Manager can add a user to a zone by selecting the user's icon on the upper right corner of the action bar. The Facility Manager will then see a list of zones and select to add user icon for the specific zone. The Facility Manager can then enter the user's email and select the Add User button to add the user to that zone. To remove a user from a zone, the Facility Manager can select the user's icon from the main screen on the upper right corner of the action bar. The Facility Manager will then see a list of zones and must select the Remove User icon for the specific zone. The Facility Manager can then enter the user's email and select the Remove User button to remove the user from the zone selected. To get reports for all zones, a Facility Manager can select the Reports button from the main screen. The Facility Manager can then select the All Zones Comparison tab, and he will be able to see the statistics for all zones in the building and obtain a graph view of all zones by energy consumption. The Facility Manager will also be able to see the high, median, and low consumption for all zones in the building and the average energy consumption of all zones. From the main screen, the facility manager can click on the Reports button and select the user's comparison to get a report for user rewards. The facility manager will then be able to see the user reward points by user. To view suggestions for the building, the facility manager can select the Reports button from the main screen. The facility manager will then be able to see the Suggestions tab and get an itemized list of all the zones that are above the average energy consumption of the zones in the building. The facility manager will also be able to see the % consumption of these zones.